Hey, are you there?
I'm here. I am
We,
here. I'm not frozen and I'm not mute.
we are live. Good morning. No, it's still morning over there in Chi-Town.
It is. It's 30 minutes to 12.
30 minutes to 12. We're running a little late. Happy Sunday. I'm your host, Tony Twist. This is ATW All Things Wrestling Podcast, and I am joined by the man from Chi-Town, the pro from the Pro Wrestling Podcast. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, sir. How about you?
Be better if we didn't have all these damn technical difficulties.
Welcome to the stream life.
Right? The stream life. The stream life is not for everybody.
It's not.
Hey, so shit, it's been a little while since we've talked. Last week we actually did a replay of an episode that was not previously on our YouTube channel. It was episode number 5. It was going way back. You and I had interviewed Rain the Stallion Rivers. That was an interesting one. So we replayed that last week. It's been a rough few weeks for me for work. I've just been so busy and so tired. And I'm still pretty tired today, but I think I'm finally in the clear and feeling a little better, ready to talk some wrestling. A lot of shit's been happening, a lot of things going on. Let's talk about what's happening today. AEW Revolution. Are you going to be ordering it?
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna do a little something different today. I'm gonna try to watch it at the movie theater.
What?
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
They're gonna broadcast it live on this movie theater screen, and I feel like that's second best to like going there live. I mean,
how much does that cost?
To Orlando. What's that?
What's that cost? I know to order the pay-per-view is $50.
Yeah, so it's half the price.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so,
$25, and then they have like the concession stands open and all that. You could get your popcorn and your soda and your candy and all, and just go to town while you're watching some wrestling on a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. That would be kind of cool to check out. Do you think people will be doing moves in the aisles?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to see an RKO.
Do you think anyone will be jumping off chairs? I mean, you got to get some video of people doing some crazy shit and post
I'm going to bring. You know what? I'm going to bring a prop. I'm going to bring a ladder and see what people do with that.
Yell out to somebody, get the tables.
Yeah, get the tables.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would love to see something like that. That'd be really cool. I live in a small ass town, so yeah, nobody they're not showing AEW at the local movie theater here.
No, they got to get on that, man.
That would be cool to check out. I'm kind of on the fence if I'm going to order it or not.
Really?
I'm not that
hyped up for it.
Honestly, man, I haven't been hyped up about much lately for wrestling. I don't know if it's just I'm tired and just really worn out from work and I'm just not caring, but it just seems like a lot of the same old shit. And I just I'm trying to keep up with all the highlights and the news. And, you know, is Cody Rhodes going to WWE? Is going back to AEW? What are your thoughts on that? Where's he going? Is he going to show up at Revolution tonight?
So last time I checked, he was supposed to go to WWE or some shit, and they scrapped all plans.
Right.
So I don't know if he's going to show up at AEW. You know, there's obviously people, you know how people are on Twitter. They stir up a bunch of shit about how since Tony Khan bought ROH that he might be running that. But I don't know how much of that is true. And if it is true, then what a complete waste of time to get on it, to you know, touch everybody's little fucking teat and say, I'm going to the WWE. You know, it's like,
right.
It's a little weird. But my thoughts on it, I feel like I don't really care anymore. Like whatever he does, he does.
Yeah, like it's kind of lost its steam, right? It's kind of lost its luster. Like,
yeah,
everyone was like all about it for a minute. Now everyone's like, you know, whatever. If he shows up at WrestleMania or he shows back up at AEW, I think people are just gonna hate him that much more.
Yeah. And then you think like just become the heel that you were supposed to be. I mean, how do you feel about it?
I totally thought. I think I can't remember who I talked about this on the show with a while back. I totally thought he should have just embodied that heel character. So years ago, Kurt Angle had that. He wanted to be a babyface so bad, so bad, so bad, and and the crowd chanting "You suck, you suck," and that really took on a life of its own. And then he embraced that, and it actually came 180. And he actually became a babyface with the crowd still chanting "You suck." So I was thinking that Cody Rhodes should have went along the lines of something like that. I think that could have worked, but I don't know. I think maybe he was taking it too personally that people weren't wanting to get behind him as the babyface of AEW. But I think that kind of goes to speak to the fact that AEW doesn't do really good storytelling. In my opinion, I don't think they do good storytelling. I think the wrestling is there, bar none. The wrestling's there. The guys they put on top-notch matches, but I think the storytelling is not there. You got it with like where things just kind of drop off and then just like and then just move on to the next thing. You know what I mean? Like we talked about this. I think I might have talked about it with Kenny a while back from the Call Up podcast, saying, Bryan Danielson had this huge push where he's going for the belt, and then nothing. Like he loses to Hangman Page, and then he goes off and starts this thing where it's like, hey, let me just team up with Jon Moxley now. Like their storylines, I don't know, they just don't do it for me. Kind of, I lose interest in AEW because of that. I want to see a little better story mixed in with the great wrestling. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, I understand. And like both companies are fault at that sometimes where they start something but never finish it.
Unlike the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, well, they'll start it and then they'll rinse and repeat it over and over again. But it's like, I mean, I kind of get the Bryan Danielson thing, but then I could play devil's advocate here and say, since he lost his championship contendership match, he needs to get back to the bottom and start his way from the top like everybody else. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It's a work in progress, man. I mean,
right.
Everybody gets on them about shit. They're 3 years old compared to a 70-year-old company. That's like comparing Fox Sports 1 with ESPN.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, I get that. What do you think about the whole, I think they've added too much talent, and then they go and buy ROH and everyone's like, creaming all over themselves. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, well, what is this? What does this mean? Is it gonna run it as a separate company? Is it gonna just fucking throw everybody there? It's gonna be a 1,000-man roster. Like, what's happening here? Like,
no, you're right.
I wasn't that excited about the ROH thing.
Yeah, no, and you're totally right. Like, I think that's what it's cool, I guess. But in a way, like, what is he gonna do with it? Is it gonna be like an NXT? But then he's got dark and he's got elevation and dark. So what is that going to be? What is like? Nobody knows. Like, what does this mean? I mean, yeah, that's cool. You probably saved a bunch of. Well, he hasn't, because everybody in Ring of Honor prior to him buying it was let go.
Right.
So, I mean, does he have Gresham? Does he have the Briscoes? Does he have all those guys? I don't know. So that's like
it sounds like he does, because the Briscoes, they went online and they're like, all right, we'll make it happen with FTR. They've been trying to go after FTR forever. So I don't know. I think a lot of people are not clear. Tony Khan should never grab a mic ever. I think he's horrible on the terrible mic. He's hard to look at. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot going on there.
You notice like his pitch shifting,
right?
He can't control the volume.
He sounds like an excited kid out there.
It's a little bit of a company, ROH, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why is this? Why are you like? Why is your volume going up?
Yeah, he needs to improve his mic skills or just stay off the mic altogether, because he sounds like an excited kid out there making an announcement, or he's excited at Christmas or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like his speech was almost unwatchable. I'm just like, this dude's hard to listen to.
He's a fan with money, basically.
Exactly. That's what he is. It's like if you or I went out there, like, oh, we got ROH.
I know. I would do the same exact thing. I would sound the same exact way. ROH. I mean,
right.
Shit. But I mean, good on him. He's got the money to do it.
Right.
Do it.
He's like, we're cracking open the forbidden door, but really it's just the door that everyone got fired in WWE, and they're coming through that door. So not really a forbidden door. I don't think he knows the meaning to that, because it's like forbidden door, and then it's Keith Lee, and you're like, well, wait a minute. This guy didn't come from it. He was fired, and
Jay White.
He was a free agent.
That's what he meant.
Who?
Jay White.
Yeah, I didn't even know who that guy was.
Too sweet, man.
Guy shows up. I'm like, who the fuck's this guy? I was he looks like 5 other guys.
Nah, he's pretty good, man. I would think you should maybe, I don't know. He's it's hard to explain because I've been watching him for years.
Right.
But yeah.
I
think that's what he meant by forbidden door. Plus, another thing I want to talk about too is that, I don't know, months prior, they said they were going to stop all relationships with Impact. And then all of a sudden, here comes Switchblade Jay White. Yeah. And he's in Impact. And he's in New Japan. So I think they lied to us. I think they got us in the first half there. And whatever. But I think they just did that so that WWE was like, oh, well, since you guys don't have a relationship, let's get Mickie James on the Royal Rumble.
Right.
But that's neither here or there.
Where are you at?
I mean, unlike most, I don't know. I'm excited for Revolution.
No, I'm saying, where are you? Because I'm used to you in this wood paneled basement with CM Punk's picture on the wall. Like,
I decided to get out of my dungeon, and I'm currently in my kitchen.
I like the dungeon though, man.
Yeah. Well, the dungeon is going in repairs right now. What happened was it rained last night, and it's it leaked through my walls, so it's all wet where I usually sit.
Oh, so, shit, that sucks.
Yeah, so I have to mop that up when I get the chance after we're done here. Thanks to Chicago weather, it goes from 66 to fucking 59 and raining. So yeah, we're having something similar here in Prescott. It was almost 70 the other day, and then it dropped down to 32. So, see, the weather changes like the wrestling climate, man.
Right.
Everything just like what else is big news recently?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of news, but let's just talk about what's happening today. Revolution. You're going to the movie theater, check it out. What are you most excited to see? I'm going to guess it's going to be MJF and CM Punk.
Yeah. Actually, I'm more or less excited about the ladder match. Just because I want to see Keith Lee and Powerhouse Hobbs clash in the ring.
Do you think the weight will hold up on the ladder? Or?
That's... yeah.
We're used to seeing much smaller guys in ladder matches. I'm just saying. I mean, these are two big fucking dudes.
Yeah, they're massive.
And if they're on the same ladder at the same time, it could be bad.
Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, they had years at WrestleMania like 25. They had Mark Henry and Kane on the same ladder.
Oh shit! I didn't catch that one.
Pretty strong, man.
I didn't catch that one. So you're excited for Powerhouse and Keith Lee. What else? MJF, CM Punk. Is CM Punk going to go over this time, you think, in the dog collar match? Is Wardlow going to somehow turn on MJF? No?
As much as I like CM Punk, I want MJF to win this.
Really?
He needs to. CM Punk is he's old, man. Like, he needs to get these younger guys over, I think, in my
He
opinion.
did, though. He already did. He did once. Why does he need to do it again?
Just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right if he wins this one.
It doesn't take anything away from MJF if CM Punk goes over in this one, especially if there's interference. Then it doesn't take anything away from MJF at all. That's just my thoughts. I've been watching wrestling for a long time. I hear what you're saying, but by CM Punk winning this, it doesn't necessarily mean he's not putting him over. He already did. He put him over once.
Well, twice, if you want to be technical.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think this one's going to be an awesome match. I think I would order the pay-per-view just for this match. I'd like to see it go long, but not too long. And then I think some interference by maybe Wardlow or even somebody else causing CM Punk to win this match, I think doesn't take anything away from MJF. He doesn't lose anything on it.
I just remember the way everybody was when he lost against Chris Jericho.
Right.
And everybody on Twitter was saying how this hurts him. This hurts him, right? I'm not saying that it's going to hurt him, but
Twitter is a cesspool for the world. For the world.
But I'm not saying I'm not trying to say it's going to hurt him. I'm just saying it would, for me personally, be a benefit if he beats the great CM Punk again.
Then what's next for CM Punk? You know, people try to say, "Oh, CM Punk, you know, he needs." Everyone's got their own opinion. Like, oh, he needs to get a title shot. Needs to get a title shot. I don't think you can transition MJF, CM Punk losing, and then going against Hangman Page.
No, nobody. He doesn't need a title. Just like MJF doesn't need a title. They get over by their own fucking personality and the way they present themselves. That's why I don't think Bryan Danielson needs a title.
Well,
he's great.
I disagree, but you know, that's just me.
I know you're going to disagree. I've been saying
that's just me.
The first episode I came on here.
I think MJF does need a title, though. I mean,
eventually,
the kid hasn't won anything.
Right. Well, I mean, I had a conversation with somebody like that about this the other day, and it was saying like MJF doesn't need a title because he gets over regardless, right? People love to hate him.
Right.
And I equate that to, well, then why does Adam Cole need a title shot? If he's already over. I mean, you can't go to a show without saying boom at the top of your lungs.
So are you saying that Adam Cole's not going to win tonight?
I don't think he's going to win tonight.
I don't think he should win. I personally don't think he's the world championship material. I'm not a big Hangman Page fan, but I don't know. I don't get Adam Cole. That's just me. I don't get the hype around him. He looks like a mid-card guy. He doesn't look like somebody that would he's not the face of a company. You know what I mean? In my opinion. And that, that's I know we're not on the show in my opinion, but
yeah.
This is my show and that's my opinion. I don't think Adam Cole is that great. And I don't think he should win a title. I don't even think he should be in the title mix, personally.
Well, who do you think, let's say hypothetically,
Uh-huh.
Adam Cole loses, Hangman retains. Who do you think is up next for Hangman? Who is worthy?
Well, AEW's got this stupid win-loss ranking system. I think it's stupid, personally. They need to get rid of that. I think they should get rid of that because then you're like, well, you can't say so-and-so because, their win-losses or whatever bullshit. But I think Jon Moxley, personally, should be up next for that title.
The thing is about that title is that title has stories surrounding it from years prior to AEW. You notice that the storylines that they transition into are from years and years ago, like the Hangman and Kenny thing.
Yeah.
Like they build up 10 years of stories to have that conclusion. So I don't think we're going to see a title change unless it makes sense. Like, what's the word? Canonically? Is that it? Canon? Yeah. Like
Star Wars?
Like Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like Star Wars. Like, you know how you said they don't do stories well? They do.
I don't think they do.
Yeah. Well, some people see that differently. And it's like,
yeah,
I kind of see what they're trying to do, what they're trying to pull off. And I think it's going to happen when Kenny comes back. He's going to try to, you know what? I'll take it back. I'll take back what I said. I think Adam Cole might win. And then Kenny comes back and he challenges for that title, or he wins a couple of matches and challenges for that title. So we can have a Kenny versus Adam Cole. And then eventually for Blood and Guts, have a Adam Cole Red Dragon versus a Kenny and the Bucks.
I mean, if Kenny Omega comes back, shouldn't he? I mean, if they keep the title on Page, couldn't he just get a rematch against Page? Because he technically didn't get one. He was gone right
That's
after
true.
He lost. So they could build that up. Personally, I don't want to see Omega and Cole. I mean, I don't think. Here's my take on Adam Cole. Real charisma, a lot of charisma. He's got a good gimmick going on there, but he's not good in the ring. I mean, I don't think he's that great in the ring. He's not like an excitable type of wrestler. Not a lot of high flying stuff. Some little bit. He's solid in the ring, but I wouldn't want to see a match like that, Adam Cole versus Omega, because I feel like it'd be a waste. You know what I mean? He couldn't hold a candle to Kenny Omega in the ring.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. So I would rather see Hangman and Omega. I would love to see Hangman, Omega, and Bryan Danielson in a triple threat match. Because technically Bryan didn't get his rematch with Omega either.
But that wasn't for the title.
They didn't go for the title. They were really supposed to be going for the title, but then Omega lost to Page, obviously because he was hurt or whatever, and he needed some time off. But they really could work an angle where there's a triple threat match. I think that would be fucking awesome. Those three in the ring, you can't tell me that wouldn't be awesome.
It would be an awesome match. I just think you gotta you love Bryan Danielson too much. Anything with Bryan Danielson.
Just throw him in everything. The tag team titles, the TV title, the 24/7 title, whatever you want to throw him in.
Right. Does he have a match? Does he have a match today?
Yeah, with Moxley.
With Moxley. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
to see if Moxley's going to join his crew. This is a stupid storyline, by the way.
Oh my God.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Not even Bryan Danielson can save this story.
No, they can't, because where are they going with this? Are you really going to see a faction with Bryan Danielson and Moxley? Who else? Who else are they going to bring in?
Lee Moriarty, Daniel Garcia. All those ex-WWE guys that people don't mention for some reason.
Are we trying to go with an NWO type of faction?
That's the thing. I don't know.
I think sometimes they throw guys together and they just say, let's just see what happens.
Well, it's like, yeah, because it's like, how else do you give them TV time?
But the personalities have to got to kind of mesh.
Oh,
right?
I agree with that.
Daniel Garcia has the personality of a slug. Like, what are you going to do with Daniel Garcia?
He's got a personality of a slug.
Yeah. I mean, a turtle has more charisma than Daniel Garcia.
Oh, man. I don't know. I'd have to disagree. I think he's got plenty of charisma. They should just, if you want to shake things up,
Yeah, Moxley, Bryan Danielson, throw in the Acclaimed in there. I mean, now you got a bunch of crazy ass personalities together. That would be something, right?
That'd be random as fuck.
So I think a lot of it's random as fuck. So throw the Acclaimed in. I love those guys. Those guys are entertaining.
What you just mentioned, look at the Hardy family.
Oh, right.
They did the same thing you just mentioned, and nobody's over in that fucking faction.
Right. Was it Hardy Family Office, some bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides Private Party, I don't give a fuck about any of those people.
Right?
Yeah.
Even those guys, though, too. So then, you talk about Matt Hardy. So sounds like Jeff Hardy's going to be making his debut in AEW pretty soon.
Yeah. It was confirmed on an interview he did. He's like, I am going to AEW. So it's like there's no
shocker
cryptic message or anything like that.
Yeah, so, Tony Khan's not going to hit the ring and make a big announcement.
Yeah. He's not going to awkwardly make an announcement.
He's like, this is the best kept secret. Jeff Hardy is all elite. And everybody's going to be like, yeah, we knew. Like,
best kept secret.
Tony Khan.
It's like the hype with CM Punk. Everybody knew he was coming.
Right.
But I would like to see fucking broken Matt Hardy with Brother Nero and try to rekindle the Hardy Boys again. I don't know if they can use the Hardy Boys name though.
You could say the Hardy Brothers.
Oh yeah, the Hardy Bros.
Yeah, that sounds stupid, but
What do you think about them versus the Young Bucks eventually? Not a fan.
10 years ago, sure, it would have been phenomenal. Now, I mean, I think the Young Bucks are, definitely one of the best tag teams in the world, not just in AEW. They've been hurt for so long, though. It's like I can't even remember the last time they wrestled.
It was this week, last week.
Well, see, I didn't catch anything this week, really, just some highlights, but I know it's been a long time since they wrestled.
Yeah.
How'd they look?
How'd they look?
Yeah.
They look good.
Rusty?
They're definitely not young anymore.
No, they're not. Yeah. But they definitely got a lot of youth on the Hardy brothers, the Hardy Boys.
Yeah. Not for nothing, though. I saw Jeff Hardy last night at a signing, and he looks great, man. He looks like he hasn't aged whatsoever. It's Matt that I'm kind of worried about. That dude is so slow in the ring. Like he makes me cringe sometimes the way he does these moves because it's like Ric Flair doing the twist of fate sometimes.
Yeah, I mean these guys they've killed themselves in the ring, man. I don't know how these guys can walk personally.
Exactly. I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, how do these guys not have major back problems?
Everything problem. I mean,
yeah,
your body is not meant to withstand some of the things that these guys have put their bodies through.
Yeah, dude, yeah. I mean, how many times in your life have you gone through a ladder or table?
Last weekend, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
You might see somebody go through a ladder or go through a table or jump off a ladder today when you go watch the show. Seriously, you gotta do some what do you call it? Some stories or something on your Instagram later, please.
Oh, I will, man. I will.
I want to see some guys do some crazy shit.
I'm gonna bring my AEW belt, the toy belt that I bought from like Target. See if anybody wants to start a fucking rivalry.
Yeah, see if somebody wants to challenge you.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Anything goes. You can stun me, hit me with a chair.
Right. Start breaking shit off the damn movie theater chairs.
Yeah, hit me with your fucking popcorn.
There you go. So what'd you think about, let's switch gears. What'd you think about the whole Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns thing last night? They were hyping this thing up, and I don't know why. Why would they hype the shit out of something that you can't watch on TV?
I don't know. I saw a lot of there was a tweet about it that said keep a lookout on at the Garden, and I'm like, okay, why? Is something big supposed to happen? And it was just pretty much something you could see on SmackDown on Friday nights.
Well, they made a big, proclamation. Paul Heyman said that he was going to find a replacement because originally Bobby Lashley was supposed to wrestle Lesnar at this event at Madison Square Garden. If you know anything about Madison Square Garden, it's the most historical arena for WWE.
Right.
That's where Hulkamania was born and so many other great matches. It's always been like WWE's backyard, Madison Square Garden. And Austin Theory is the one that ended up coming out and wrestling Lesnar.
I saw that. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay. So Austin Theory wrestles Lesnar, and then Roman Reigns and the Usos, they give Lesnar a beat down and leave him all bloody in the middle of the ring. And so my question is, I've seen so many storylines of WWE over the years. Why wouldn't this be right before Mania? Why is it like almost a month before Mania? Like they're almost, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with this match, but you usually have something big right before the match, right?
Yeah.
So to me, this seems way early. What are they going to do in the next few weeks? Is Lesnar going to be laid up somewhere because they gave him too much of a beatdown, and then they milk that all the way through to Mania? I don't know what's going to happen here. What's your take on it?
No, that's a good point, man. They should have saved that for the go home show.
Yeah, like the SmackDown before Mania.
Yeah, they should have saved that and left you on a cliffhanger, like they did with John Cena JBL when John Cena got arrested.
Yeah,
and you had to wait to see what would happen when John Cena came back at WrestleMania. That would have been perfect. I think they're going to try to. That's a good. I don't know, man. Like maybe they'll pull off the he's injured. I don't think they know what they're doing sometimes. Like
right.
As much as like people give shit about AEW and their storytelling and stuff like that, WWE they got ADHD when it comes to that.
Right.
I don't know what you're right. And for the people who thought that it was going to be Cody Rhodes coming out instead of Austin Theory.
Right.
Do you guys really think Cody Rhodes would have came out on a show that's not televised?
I mean, no, but I just looked at my calendar, and yesterday to Mania, it's 4 weeks till WrestleMania from yesterday. So I don't understand what's happening there, but
maybe it was one of those things that we weren't supposed to know about because it was a house show?
It was a house show at Madison Square Garden. It was the night after SmackDown, so it's like I don't know.
So with a house show, they usually just do stuff that they're going to do on the show next week. So maybe that was something they were going to do. But even then, like you said, we still got 3 weeks after that.
Yeah.
So what do you think would be the end goal to do it all over again? Like, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man type shit? If they do it again for 3 weeks straight. It wouldn't be the first time they've done something for 3 weeks straight.
I don't know. Like I said, something like this big would be right before the big show. The big match. You got 4 weeks to go. What are they going to do in the next 4 weeks?
Exactly. Well, did you see him holding up both titles?
Yeah.
So do you think that's signifying that they're going to unify the titles at some point?
I think personally they should. They need to get rid of the whole brand shit. I think personally. I think they need to get rid of the branding, the SmackDown. Like the champs, I think you should have the champs of everything. One tag team champ, one, world champ, the Intercontinental and European. You can have those belts. That's fine. This 24/7 bullshit, get rid of that.
Yes.
Send all those guys to NXT or somewhere. I don't know. But,
that's another thing too, that I think they should put the brands all together, is that they keep calling NXT a developmental brand, yet they'll bring back like an AJ Styles and a Dolph Ziggler. So I 100% agree with you, man. They should stop with this shit because they had people come on the shows regardless of where they're from anyway. It's like the whole draft thing was pointless. So
yeah, it's time to get rid of all that, I think, personally.
Yeah, it's time to kind of like adjust with the times. It worked back in the day. It doesn't work right now. And if you want to get more people to watch, you should have all kinds of people face each other. You know, obviously they'll be on Raw and SmackDown, and you want people to watch again, have Roman Reigns come on both shows. That'd be cool, you know?
Yeah, I'm really confused on how they're handling this, but I mean, the title shot for both shows, yeah, the next month is going to be really weird.
Do you think they're wasting time until, I mean, what's Bobby Lashley's, like, what's his issue?
I thought he had a pretty major shoulder injury. They say he was going to be out like 3 to 4 months.
Okay, so he won't.
So he's gone. Back. Yeah, he's out for like quite a while.
All right. I was thinking maybe they're trying to milk it for when he comes back, but that's possibly not the case now. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're trying to do. I mean, I can't really answer your question. Your original question. It's like, what, you know, what's the plan for the next 4 weeks?
Yeah, and then they put the belt on Ricochet.
Yes.
Like a month before Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could have did something where they could have maybe really had these guys feuding hardcore for the next month. So it's like the stuff they're doing is just, I don't know, it's just not adding up.
Yeah. And
why would you take the belt off a guy a month before Mania?
Well, I think they did that to set up the match between him and Sammy so that it wouldn't look bad if Sammy loses with the belt against Johnny Knoxville. Because I think Johnny Knoxville is going to go over Sami Zayn, which I think is so. Trust me, your reaction just now, I think it's dumb too, but that's what they do, man. They push their celebrities. I mean, look at Bad Bunny.
It's no different than David Arquette winning the WCW World Title.
Exactly. That's the point everybody makes.
I don't care if it was the World Title or the Intercontinental title has so much history. So many great champions have had that belt. And if they did some shit like that, it's really no different than David Arquette winning the WCW belt.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would have been better than what Shinsuke was doing with the belt for like fucking 4 months. Nothing.
Well, I don't think that's his fault. You know what I mean? I don't think that's his fault. I think that WWE just, I don't know. Like, how do you have this belt, the Intercontinental belt, which has a lot of history? Not taking anything away from Shinsuke, but to maybe have that Rick Boogs guy turn on him or something, add something to what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I already hate Rick Boogs, and if he went up and turned on Shinsuke, I would hate him even more.
See, there you go. That would have been perfect. Okay. And then like the women's tag belts, right? So we know who's the tag champs on Raw, but do you know who the tag champs are on SmackDown? The women?
The women tag champs?
Yeah.
They have championships?
Yeah, right. Carmella and Selena Vega are the tag champs on Raw.
So those belts are universal, which is what they should do with the men's.
Oh, they are? So that's between both shows?
Yeah.
I didn't know if they had their own belts on SmackDown.
No, yeah. They can go wherever they want. The only problem is they don't have fucking tag teams.
Right.
They fire everybody.
Yeah, I mean, think about all the talent they could have kept, and they could have had like a legit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tag team division.
Is Shotzi been back? I haven't seen her.
No, I think she's hurt.
So, I mean, like, what they got women's tag team championship belts with nobody to defend it against. So it will be an easy reign for Carmella and Selena.
Well, while we're on the women's division, what are your thoughts about the upcoming match between Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey? No. Don't even want to touch it, huh?
What we've seen, it's like Roman and Brock. I've seen it a lot. Like, I don't know. I'm not excited for it. No, not at all.
Well, I guess
I'm not a Ronda Rousey fan.
No, I was of her as an MMA fighter, but as a wrestler, I think she just doesn't have it. She needs like a Paul Heyman or something as like her mouthpiece.
Yeah, she's not a good talker. She's not a good really anything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think back to the times where she was getting that push, and what got me was the awkward sign point back in, like, what was it, 2017?
Yeah, she did it again this time, right?
Yeah, and I was like, man, you're trying too hard. Like, that's my thing. If you're trying too hard,
right,
then like, I don't like you. Like, you're gonna.
And then she's all upset because the fans are not behind her. She doesn't get why the fans don't like her.
She's a fucking crybaby. Like,
right.
In the UFC, she was a crybaby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after she lost, she was.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then she was gone after she had that WrestleMania match with the triple threat match with Charlotte and Becky.
Right.
Which my point is made because she just had a WrestleMania match with Charlotte.
Yeah.
But
now you're talking 2 years ago, though.
Yeah. And and then she disappeared because I don't know why.
Well, she was trying to have a baby, and then it took her a long time to have a baby, and then she had a baby.
Well,
now she's back.
Well, prior to that,
prior to that, she went to go live on the farm with her husband.
I don't know. They come back when it's convenient, I guess.
Right.
I mean, Becky Lynch. I don't know. I don't know. There's other people you could face.
I'll get off
the baby thing because I don't know much about the Ronda Rousey baby shit. But the Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte match, which was the subject I should stick on.
Right.
I'm not excited for it. You know what I would be excited for? How about a Charlotte versus Lacey Evans? When is she coming back?
Well, she had a baby.
Well, yeah, that was like, what, a year ago?
I don't know. No, it wasn't that long ago.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah. Hey, man, you got to know when women have babies, they don't just fucking bounce back. I mean, especially taking that kind of physicality in a wrestling ring. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah. It takes a while. Ronda is an exception because she just had a baby like 5 months ago, which is kind of insane that she decided to get back into the ring. But, I guess if a bunch of money was thrown at you, I guess, you'd probably say yes too.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But my prediction for that match is I don't see her going over Charlotte at WrestleMania. Okay,
you're looking for a prediction?
Yeah, I would like to. Not only are you excited or not excited, which you're not. I'm not either. But I hope they don't do something stupid like give the belt to Ronda.
Here's my prediction. It's going to be a ass of a match.
Mm-hmm.
And
Charlotte's going to carry her. Charlotte's phenomenal. She, hands down, I think she's the best woman wrestler in the world. She
gets a lot of hate, but she
does. But she's
really great wrestler.
She's the best. I mean, she's her father's daughter.
Yep.
She might be better than her dad. Her legacy might be better than her dad's when she's all said and done because she's still pretty young. So She's got a lot left in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she'll carry Ronda as best as she can. I predict a couple botch spots. But I think Charlotte, I'm hoping Charlotte goes over.
Yeah. If I were to pick a winner, I would want Charlotte too. Yep.
Well, we're about a month out from WrestleMania. Whether you're excited for it or not, I'm not crazy about the 2-day show. They need to go back to one.
Yes.
I think it's time now. They could go back to the 1-day show. The 2-day show is a lot. That's a lot of fucking wrestling. That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of, it's like if you had the Super Bowl take place over 2 days. Like,
that's exactly what I said. And also,
nobody's gonna watch that.
Why even do that? So you could have a bunch of matches nobody cares about,
right?
For one night, just to get ready for the second night.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Like I made this analogy. Could you imagine if for WrestleMania, what was it? I forgot. But when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant and won the championship, could you imagine him doing all that and then saying, "Well, let's get ready for night 2."
Right? Yeah.
And like it loses all its punch. Like
right.
It's like, why do I need to watch that if I just saw the greatest moment in wrestling history?
Not to be a stickler, but that match was actually not for the championship.
Okay.
A lot of people think it was, but it was not. It was actually not for the championship. I think at the time, Bob Backlund was actually the champ.
Okay. See,
but I'm just showing my age, so it's okay. I'm
yeah. I just know. Yeah. It's all right, man. Call me out live on your stream. It's fine. I was kidding.
Dang. Hey, we got to have a little drama once in a while on the show, right?
No, it's all good. Speaking of WrestleMania and Legends, right?
Okay.
It just got confirmed not too long ago that the match that everybody wanted between Kevin Owens and Stone Cold,
right,
has been unannounced, so it won't be happening. So how do you feel about that?
I didn't feel anything about it to begin with, and so I guess I don't feel anything about it now. I thought it was a lot of talk, and I was like, there's no fucking way Stone Cold's coming back out of retirement to face Kevin Owens.
No.
I think WWE, they're good for just hyping some shit up or throwing some news out there or getting the guys that do the dirt sheets, get them all excited over nothing. And I think this is exactly what that was.
Okay, yeah.
You got to get people talking, which is that it got everybody talking. I was talking about it for a minute, but I was like, nah, this ain't happening.
Do you think there'll be some kind of confrontation?
No.
I mean, you can't.
No. Nah. Nope.
There's no way because this dude's been out of it for 19 years.
Yeah, he's not getting in the ring.
Yeah, he's not going to come back for a Kevin Owens match.
Right.
As much as I like Kevin Owens.
Oh, I love KO.
Yeah.
But it's a guy
he's going to do that.
It's a guy they've dropped the ball on over and over,
But also there lies the problem that I have with WWE is that they just want to constantly bring in these nostalgia acts.
Yeah, and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. I don't want to see The Rock next year at WrestleMania. I'm done with it. Stop it.
Like nobody wants to see these older guys anymore. They had their time.
Right.
Like Ali said, they had their time. When are you going to give me my time?
Right.
Let's go. And by the way, Ali, I feel bad for that guy.
I've been trying to get him on the show, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, free Ali, man. Free Ali.
Right? Free Ali. I'm trying to get him on the show. But speaking of, that's gonna kind of wrap it up for today. We had some technical difficulties getting on. I know you got some water cleanup, right?
Yeah, I do. Yes, sir.
Well, I just wanted to make an announcement since I got you back on the show. So the pro from the Pro Wrestling Podcast has put some video vignettes together for our show. So we want to thank him for that, and we really appreciate it. And he's kind of like a behind the scenes kind of guy, So part of the ATW family here. So we want to give him a shout out for that. Hoping to have some big guests come on. I might have a really big guest in April, but I'm not going to reveal who that is just yet. So keep an eye out for that. And just tune in every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, unless we have technical difficulties. And tell everybody where to find you at, man, and what's going on with you.
So nothing much, but you guys can honestly find me on Instagram. That's at Theprowrestlingpodcast, just like the name you see on the screen here. You can find me on Twitter, the PW Pod, and right here on YouTube. I don't have anything planned at the moment. What I do have, actually, that's a lie. What I do have, and I invited you on.
That's right. I was waiting for it. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, don't we have something?
Yep, yes, sir. We have something in the works for Thursday. It'll be a interview with Brittany Brooks, who is from your neck of the woods, actually.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I've been looking forward to talking to her for over a year now. So
nice.
It's going to be a good one.
Where's she at in Arizona?
I believe Scottsdale.
Oh, okay. East side.
Yep.
The east side. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. And that's going to do it for us today, folks. A little bit short on the time, but it's all right. We got, places to go, people to see. AEW Revolution. The pro is going to be checking it out his local movie theater. If it's showing at your local movie theater, go check it out. Tag us. Maybe hit some wrestling moves in the aisle, maybe an RKO or a stunner, or pull out a ladder or chair. Whatever you got. What kind of props? It's a movie theater, so
super kick me.
There you go. Super kick them right into the screen. That would be some shit, right? Somebody get super kicked into the screen. But anyways, that's going to do it for us. I am your host, Tony Twist. This is ATW All Things Wrestling Podcast. And go enjoy your Sunday. Hit my music, and we're out.